Secret, a phenomenal team at this map. They are so good at it. They blend their creativity with the team aspect of it. And Falcons / old BDS have been in
game had two teams showing up round after round, lessons learned. I want exactly the same thing here. Now Falcons, they're probably a lot of people's favorites. They're a lot of people's favorites in pretty much every single lobby Falcons walk into, and Secret has been building and building and building, but they can try and build behind the shield and put that immediate pressure onto if they want to. There's 25 seconds now, and the Blackbeard all the way in on dirt. Refires one, misses the first angle, but the keeper slows them down. EFAC gets Noah, Solotov gets Doom, and well, Falcons just wrap it up there. Adrian does at least get one, but it's such a great team of gunners, but they're well aware Secret are. They're well aware it's going to be narrow margins again, and there's only him going for it at this point, but there is some support, and the support does the damage. Noah's hurt in the blind, and then he's put, and then he's locked.
Never.
MACKO with the double! And obviously it came from having great support over the shoulder. Users kill Solotov because it was too easy otherwise, but also kills Mowgli, and there's one more.
Position, they're gonna need to burn a lot of util to really get the value out of that Capital.
That's it, but at this point you just kind of need the shield to just maybe try and drive some focus, put the pressure on, get the jiggle in, and just cut the direction. There it is. Solotov's burnt, and Solotov is burnt. Great play there. Sort of found a route around all of that, but down on his approach from the bar side now as the shield cuts its way across, but it's the man behind that gets dropped out, and that's his cover. That's his direct garage player. So now they've got to rotate Doom round. They've got to make sure that's locked in. EFAC was not finished off because Doom had to be pulled off of position. So there's first C4 from Brede. Probably going to come through in a moment's notice. 20 seconds. EFAC does finally end it. There's the pick back up, the rotate back round. Brede, he's going to go for the distance. And Noah, he just gets freebies, cut them across. A bit of a misplay there from Falcons. Tried to just go for the fight and send it instead. Now Shaiko knows this one on the left. He's going to go for that first engagement, but they pulled off, and Secret pull it off.
Did you notice that Savage, he went for the plant, he baited it for 2 seconds. His teammate who was
freebie, no is the answer. They were so aware of what he wanted to do. 3 players paying attention. Make it a 4, make it an early open.
But still, the main issue wasn't really their early game per se. It was kind of their late game execution where they just couldn't get the kills. And Solotov, a turn and burn onto Doom, but never mind, 2 back for Secret.
You still have the Ramboogies, you still have Grimbies. Adrian just going to try and get rid of some utility. The flash over the corner, and oh, bad timing. Uses, he's able to get one. Brede gets the second, a 2 versus 1. Oh, now it's a 1 versus 1. Brede, do they know where each other is? Noah has a good idea. In fact, just reading all of this towards the approach, they're going to go for the plant anyway, and there's the deployer, the shield, and Users moving their way up. They can't quite get the angle though. EFAC's had to go super deep, and he's not able to get it off and dropped in time, but the trades do come out back and forth. But a post plant, 3 versus 3, no clash. They can't quite just bolster and bully their way up, but they sure can fight underneath. Big removal on towards Mowgli, and they just have to be concerned about somebody going for the swing outside at this point. 20 seconds, and there is the cross. They've made it right past Doom, but there's Noah getting one, leaving just Solotov alone. Secret implemented their 3-2-1 close downs and collapses before, but Noah, living up to the team stake name, is knocking doors, but someone's coming up behind him. It's Solotov that's the free, and there's the reveal, and Adrian gets Users. Took the option, and suddenly, in the click of her fingers, they've got 2 kills. Brede and Shaiko get them right back, but Doom uses this moment to scream up the main stairs and get in towards the top position. There's a bulletproof revealing it all. There's also a Fenrir mine that gave away some of the game. They've put them on the back line of their own site in lots of time, but it's not the fights that they can win out. Down to pistols at dawn for Shaiko, and they get the 4-2 split.
All collapses. Just all falls on its face. Crouch walk tactic. And it really worked for them. You know, Noah was
such a sort of prominent player. for this roster to get to this point, and then you get to that old demon game, and unfortunately, things just don't connect. Solotov sure does, though. Savage is gone. Shaiko takes a lot of damage, but there goes Noah in the exchange, and Mogi does find Solotov at least.
A lot of players from Secret are actually off the bomb site. Two of them now trying to challenge onto Shaiko outside of blue just to get back into sight. And speaking of sight, that's where the action is. Oh no! Oh dear, Mowgli has died via the Goyo canister set up by Adrian, of course, in that prep phase. Tried to get back into sight, but he's been killed by his own team's utility. Now Joom up against it, back against the wall, a 1v3 with Shaiko and that beloved Deimos bearing down on you. It's not a fun position to be in, and he needs to start taking these engagements. Doesn't have long left now. 25 seconds. Will be able to take out Shaiko, but still 2 more to find them. It's that duo again. Pretty and use this. Shaiko's not happy with that one. I don't think Shaiko will be too much complaining if they win the round and move on to win the game. As Joom now makes the deep lunge into church. Window. Make a few issues, really. Oh dear. Speaking of a few issues, the keeper barrier will be wasted as he was coming over to reinforce those windows to slip in, but Secret appear with kills, but Falcons themselves get 2 in return. Fast and furious trades come in, and there's still 2 minutes left.
That's it. Evac got a kill off the side of the screen at this point, but Users gets 1 more, and suddenly Falcons have just closed down. That pipe's going to blow, but it won't quite get Joom. The gun sure will. Get their heads back on. Well, Solotov loses the first breaching charge. It's the Clash that's waiting for it, and
no way.
Solotov still wins it out. There it is. The break on the mirror window, so now they have to get aggressive and try and step in. So Noah tries exactly that as the wall gets breached and the fire gets hot. He's going to have to try and make himself an escape, but Solotov and Users are no escape to be found. Savage and Adrian do suddenly find 1 apiece. So 3 versus 2, and they've tried to regain some ground. 20 seconds. That's when things can get a little bit narrow. The C4 perfectly lobbed, but it's shot out, I believe. And there's the cover going for the plant behind the keeper that was placed. The Capitao swings and baits the fight itself, but it's Bride with the post plant, and now a lockout, leaving just Adrian alone. Falcons soared through this one. And they're not going to stop yet.
But for the incredible individual prowess on the side of Falcons, okay, it's great. It gives them 2 rounds that they stole away from Secret. But on top of that, the sheer team play we've seen from this team in the 3 attacks that they've won, it was night and day between Secret. Yes, Secret was pretty good. Yes, they had the man advantage.
For one more time today, we get to speak to the victors of this game, as we should have Users on the line joining us. Good evening. Congratulations on the 7-2 victory here. That was a really good game from you in particular. Did you by chance win the team deathmatch today as well?
No. I lost to Likey back again. He's hiding every round. You already know this. Told you last time.
But this was the most important one, right? You won this one.
Still sitting in corners in TDM.
Yeah, he does. He does. They all do. I won't talk about that too much.
Do you think that is the reason you guys managed to somehow win so many situations where in 2v4 or 3v5? I don't get it. You guys always get away with this. How do you do it?
Yeah, because like if it's like a 2v4 for us, the other team's just hiding. Obviously, I'm used to people hiding in the TDM, like you said, just before the game.
Yeah, so that's the one key solution. So we should all do that to win these situations, right?
Yeah. Take notes.
Users, currently you're in first place. I expect that you two you'll make the top 2 in terms of playoffs. I don't want to put any of your words there. Out of the other teams, I would say, you know, Virtus.pro, G2, and the team that you've just faced, Team Secret, who do you think is going to be there alongside you and why?
I'll say VP if we do make top 2 as well, just because they beat us. That's the reason I'm saying that, to be honest. Obviously, I've not played G2 yet. We've not scrimmed against G2 too much as well, so I'm not sure. Obviously, they've been playing well, so I expect a good game against them as well.
So with G2, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, I guess, saying that you might not have as much information as you normally do when you scrim against them?
No, it's just because they're last in the stage. We haven't had much chance to practice against them. Obviously, we've practiced against like VP and stuff quite a lot because we've already played them.
All right, obviously, we want to talk about your own performance as well. I mean, we talked to you previous about, you know, getting carried by some players on your team or having individual performances. You actually really stepped up today.
I think I'm still going to consider Shaiko carrying purely because the highlight reel we saw at the end. A lot of his kills were like round-defining kills. I'm sure you'll agree.
What are the communications like when that's going on? So like that round where he's playing Rafters, for example, and he's just killing everybody. What's he like? Is he just like 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead?
No, he was actually asking for help the whole time. And every time me and Efek went to help him, we were just getting flashed by the guy on the windows. So we couldn't even help him, but thank God he's just killed everyone.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, you talked about it already. You still have to play against G2. Obviously, you're in the middle of a super week. Top 2 spot is currently yours and very much up for grabs. So we won't keep you here any longer. Of course, best of luck with the super week, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.